Hey, podcast listeners, did you know that we have a YouTube channel called Anime Lately? Well, we do some entertaining, ridiculous things for anime, mangas, and movie reactions and review videos. What do you mean, you ask? Check out our thumbnails. If you like to laugh and enjoying listening to anime and manga theories and discussions, watch the Anime Lately videos, where we are never short of any anime and manga related content all on our YouTube channel on the next Rayapollo.tv stream. We are in the final chapters of the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That last step is the Boo Saga. Watch Rayapollo as he continues to fight crime and robots as the great Saiyaman. Check out Rayapollo at rayapollo.tv. If you need more movie reviews to listen to during your commutes, listen to the Careful for Spoilers podcast network. They just have a new episode on the Justice League, the 2017. Mixed reviews from there. No judgment from anyway. But check them out on all of your local podcast network on iTunes, Spotify, Stitchers, iHeartRadio, and more. And now, back to our podcast. Welcome, Anime Lately podcast listeners and YouTube podcast watchers, to another episode of the Anime Lately podcast. I'm your host, Sam the Manga Man, and here with me are my brotakus. Introducing first, the Game Master, the legendary Super Saiyan. He is someone that shall not be named, by the way, because he still has no name, but he is definitely between Broly and All Might, which is even more scarier. He is the director of anime, Mr. King of Games himself, Rayapollo! And finally, we got the late demon in the Black Clover community. He has a great love for Trigon, Dr. Stone, and One Piece. The intellectual and sensational Legendy Vash, Miguel Pa. How you guys doing?
Just say for the listener side, Discord did not get all those R sounds correctly. So if you guys didn't hear the R sound, it's because Discord just couldn't contain. There's so many R's that was hearing by Sam.
It's true. It was like, oh, it's too much, and it died.
It's like, wait, it's over 9,000. I can't contain it.
Yep, but that's okay. We know what it usually sounds like, so just use your imagination.
Yes, use the power of imagination. Use definitely that. But it's great to
watch
have
the
you.
previous episode, and you'll find out how the tradition is.
Yes,
true,
guys,
how it should be.
But yes, sadly, our co-host James Barnes couldn't
He died.
couldn't make it. Yeah, okay, or he died. And he will not get reborn. We already have used Ultra Dragon Balls. We already have used the Monster Reborn that's taking.
Yeah, he got beat up by Justin Brenner. So I hate to say it, but we'll see. We'll see how he comes back from that.
But then maybe he might come back because I kicked Justin Brenner's ass. So maybe that's why he came back.
I mean, then Miguel was like, "Oh my God, Justin Brenner, I love you," and he was like, "Haha, I love you too." And then he walked away, and it was like, "Oh man, that's adorable."
But they know why I love me, because we did such a good interview for Anime NYC 2019. The plug for interview of that convention. Definitely plug.
Exactly.
Check that out.
Exactly. If you're listening, you don't understand what just happened. It's an inside joke. That's why.
Yeah, definitely, guys. And also, we want to say we apologize for not having a podcast episode last week. We are humans, and also we want to take a break ourselves because we do a lot of content, not just Anime Lately podcast, but also our content ourselves. Ray does Twitch and everything like that. So we just took a week of mentally break, but now we're back, strongly recovering and everything. So, Sam, Ray, how has your week been?
This week is actually pretty good.
Productive.
Yeah.
Pretty productive right
Very
now.
productive. I've been I feel like I'm a little too busy, but like it's good busy, so that's good.
Same. I'm starting to get a lot more busy right next following like weeks that's to come, not just with school anymore. Now I'm starting a new job. Now I'm trying to make some schedule. Hopefully we can still do our podcast. Hopefully good time. With all of us in here, we can't wait to do this podcast because we all look forward to doing this. We all love to talk about anime, manga, the live action movies and all that stuff. We want to talk about everything and anything.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about the Crunchyroll Awards in the news segment. As always, guys, you know the drill that Sam likes to do is that we have the rundown. It's in the description, or it's definitely in the description of the podcast. So definitely know if you guys want to see it and not be spoiled, or if you want to check certain topics like Sam likes to have it, check the time code in the description as we can see what you guys want to see and not be spoiled about. Without further ado, take it away, Sam.
All right, guys, let's talk about our daily watchings and readings. We're going to start with our anime coverage recently that just came out today. Pokemon Twilight Wings, episode 2.
I watched the first 2 episodes back to back, so this was a little nice refresher for me. It's pretty interesting for this. I really want to give it props first because in today's day and age, we have YouTube, Netflix, and this type of things to actually produce these type of things where it could be free and also kind of have a network and also kind of have a word of mouth, and without having Ray or other people talk about these type of things, we wouldn't know about it. And I'm very happy to be watching this little type of shows that actually feels like a kid at heart, because to be watching a gym leader fighting a Machamp, that was pretty interesting. Out of the whole 6-minute thing, I just found it cool to see a human just going, even though obviously the human was losing, but just to see it actually go combat, arms to arms against a Pokemon that's technically a fighting class was pretty cool, and it was just so good to see it as a kid's heart. So it was awesome.
I mean, that's stuff that we've seen like very brief images of in the original anime, and so it's nice to be able. They don't really pull the curtain back behind what's going on in the rest of the Pokemon world very often. It's usually following one character, going on their journey. So for them to be having the story from multiple perspectives, like this one is so far, is really cool. I really like it, and it's really well animated, and it sounds fantastic. The voice cast is awesome. I don't know. I really like it. If this is the direction that Pokemon is headed, we're in for a real good time. I think.
Agreed.
I really like this.
Agreed, 100%. Because if this is where the direction is heading with the side of the anime, but also with the games, because it's heading to a new light. Because to me, Pokemon fell kind of flat over the past 5-8 years with its game and anime overall. Not just to speaking, into details, but overall. But now seeing with how great success Sword and Shield is, the great success with the new type of wave, with this type of YouTube content is trying to put out, I'm really liking it. So I'm really curious to see where does the other type of series is going, because Yu-Gi-Oh and Digimon is coming back into some type of light as well with 2020. So I'm curious to see, are they going to do something as well like this in this new direction as well? Are they going to take this type of way as well, or is it just Pokemon for now only? So I'm very curious about that.
Well,
I would love for them to have a comeback.
Well, we all know that Pokemon company, they don't need this money, so they're okay putting this out as free for anybody to freely to watch. And even though that this series only has 7 episodes and it's really short, these are like about 6 minutes, 7 minutes. It reminds me of Dragon Ball Heroes in a way, where you get all the greatness, the fan service, the best part of Pokemon, all within 8 minutes, and then it'll just work on to the next episode after the next following month.
So
kind of
only thing I would disagree with that is the fan source aspect. Is that with this Twilight, with this Twilight, I feel like is more of the world building. Dragon Ball, the
Heroes.
Thank you, Heroes is more just things just put together from a game and just put into a show. And I'm like, it's cool and enjoyable, but I enjoy Twilight more just as a fan, but also the world building, the characters.
I love them both, but I would love Twilight more if it was all about legendary Pokemon. Absolutely.
Same. That's what I love about that.
Like if it was all of the legendary Pokemon fighting or trainers with those Pokemon, that'd be nuts, and I would love it. But yeah, Heroes is absolutely fan service. It's the stuff from the game that we want to see.
If I see Lugia in Twilight, I'm gonna scream.
You won't.
You won't.
Lugia is my favorite.
You don't even see it in the Shield and Sword game.
I hate to take that from you, but you won't.
I know, but Lugia is one of my classic legendaries. Is Lugia? Yeah. It's just amazing. That's just that was technically one of the first legendary that spoke after Mewtwo.
Yeah, that you seem like a Pokemon 2000 kid. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Well, the animation was definitely fantastic for this entire episode, and I'm also amazed that this this episode had multiple multilingual voicing cast too for this episode as well.
As it should. It's on YouTube, so I mean, why not? There's a huge audience there.
Yeah, so true.
Which was really great. Which makes sense of why it had to take a month, because all these voicings, like you could probably cast
multiple dubs.
Like it's a lot. You and everybody loves Pokemon, so I don't know if you can have the whole dub version for every single language though, but at least keep a subtitle, have a sub version that way in case who wants to. They don't have the dub voicing for their country for their own language. You could just read the translation. But definitely, it's very impressive. I
agree.
Like to see what else we can see from Pokemon Twilight Wings, and if there's gonna be like another sequel that's gonna be like it. Hopefully, it connects to the next Pokemon game, which it will. But for world building, fantastic. I'm guessing from the ending of this episode, we're gonna go into the rival. I don't know his name. The guy with the woolly Hop. Yeah, we might go into.
Gotta go next. See Hop. That's what I didn't want to happen. So I saw that at the end. It was like, oh, great disappointment.
Well, you can skip next month's episode.
No, I'm gonna watch it because that means that Leon will probably be in it, and I like Leon, so that's fine.
For sure. Yep, great episode. Can't wait for the next one. Now we're gonna move on to the next Magic and Muscles from the manga coverage. We're gonna talk about Mashle's Magics and Muscles.
Well, since Ray didn't have the chance to read it,
did not read this one. Sorry.
The only thing I would say, just we're gonna discuss chapter 3 and 4. The chapters continue to be good. One thing I gotta give props to the series, they do great facial expressions, and that's one thing I love about it. The facial expressions really carry the series for me. The comedy bits also, and also the new characters being introduced, but also they don't feel like very one-offs, and that's what I like. Because when a lot of series, start, they have a lot of one-offs characters that you feel like they're not going to be used later on. But these characters feel like they're, they show the importance of their title and narrative. So I like about that. Mashle continues to show that he's not as dumb as he seemed to be, but he actually has some type of intelligence but his intelligence is outside the box. It's not into the box where a lot of people just be inside it and just, try to follow the, the same path, the same rules. So this was pretty interesting. So I really dig these series so far, 4 chapters, and I'm really liking it.
I agree, because I'm laughing every chapter. Like every new chapter I'm reading this, Mashle, I laugh every time Mashle talks, or he has his one-liners and his funny bits every single time. He's saying like, anyway, if you threaten my grandpa or anybody in my family, I'm gonna beat you up, like in the more hilarious way. Like even if it's like the most powerful wizard sage in the world, be like, oh, by the way, when you ask me this question of, what are you gonna do if you're gonna like come up against me? Like, oh, beat you up, of course. I'm not gonna.
That's one thing that shocked me that he did. I said that like he just spoke to Grandmaster and said that's gonna kick his ass. Like, well, what?
With the straight face and everything too. He was not hesitating for anything.
I was like, as much as I love to talk shit and talk shit out my ass, but you just saying it to a Grandmaster that could just technically destroy you. Hey, Mashle, I give props to you.
I mean, you can say whatever you want when you got muscles that work.
Yo, but the most funniest line as well, when he met somebody in his dorm room, the most funniest line, he literally named each muscle. Each muscle has a name. His traps has a muscle. His bicep.
Of course they do.
And each bicep has a muscle.
They were his only friends.
He literally said each one. He said, "Oh, this is this. My abs. Each ab has a muscle. The pecs, the forearms." And I'm like, "Damn, how bored have you been?"
Apparently, they're not girls. It's a mix of guys and girls' names into his muscles.
That's pretty.
I can understand that. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
So this series continue being funny, continue being entertaining, and
I'm glad y'all are liking that. That's good. That means I'll pick it up again. But like we were saying, we got to start talking about before we got started. For me, it's not really a story that I want to read week to week. It's definitely one that I want to let build up a bit. So like maybe and read 5 chapters at a time, 10 chapters at a time.
I get that.
Like that.
I get that.
It's like for me. That's why I'm happy. We're not covering it on the series as a week to week. We're more talking about on the podcast. Just to casually talk about it for 2-3 minutes and just say good or bad. But because it just feels like a good comedy series to not just really worry about it too much. Like it's kind of like for you, right? If I kind of forgot about it for a week, I'm like, okay, I'll just talk about it next week. No big deal. It feels like just such a chill manga to not really stress about it, and that's what I like. Because, for example, My Hero, One Piece, Black Clover, there's so much manga where you have theories, discussion, things to talk about. The next 10 chapters, this war going on, this new type of character, Odin in it, and like all that. But it's nice to have such a nice wholesome type of series to just lay back, read, and just good 22 pages, and that's it.
I agree, because like I'm still reading Zipman. I'm reading week to week, and it's like just slowly like
that is one that I also decided to like also let build up a little bit more, because it is Zipman. If it was on a network, would be on the CW.
Are we
kind of would? Yeah.
Are we gonna discuss Zipman now since we're doing Mashle?
Sure, I don't mind.
I mean, I haven't read this new one either, so
me neither. But I just want to discuss the series overall, because
just as a whole.
Yeah, I'm the same with Ray, because like I was rereading it chapters 1 through 6 just to see how it is as a binge, and I 100% agree with Ray, because at the binge I felt the impactfulness more. I felt the actual character build more than as a weekly coverage. I feel like this series, and I'm scared for it. Like I was talking about with Rax on Twitter and plus with a couple of people, this series I feel like it might get axed if it doesn't contain the momentum, which I feel like it's not, because I don't feel like a lot of people are discussing it on Twitter or probably hype about it. It's just a lot of people kind of forgot about it and everything, which I understand.
Oh, I absolutely think people forgot about it.
Yeah, absolutely,
which I kind of understand. But it's just this. I feel bad because it's an interesting concept. It's an interesting manga. I just feel like it was better as a monthly series or as a series that was bi-weekly, because this would have been better if you read it with probably 30 chapters or something a week. Would have been a lot better than actual weekly, because I feel like with what me and Sam and Ray has been saying, that it feels like that type of Power Rangers feel, but I don't feel like it's kind of succeeding with just 20 pages with the Power Rangers feel. I feel like would have succeeded better if it was a bit longer.
So let's take this conversation a step further. So we're talking about Zipman right now. Sam, do you think that Zipman is, I want to say, memorable? That's the first question.
No, it's really not.
So
like we've talked about,
finish your thought. Yeah.
What we talk about, like it's like watching like Power Rangers or Kamen Rider or whatever. It's like there's new villains every single episode, but I think
flavor of the week. Yep, villain of the week.
And with these episodes, it's like 25 minutes to 30 minutes long, and that's enough time to help invest in of our main characters or multiple characters or whatever Rangers, the villains a little bit, or the like dummy characters that's just there to be laughs, like Skulls and Bones, and But then with Zipman, it doesn't work when it's like chapters, because you could just go through with this in like less than 5 minutes. It doesn't work that way for
it definitely seems like a kind of one-off like jump series that won't go very far, and it might get an anime, but it depends. I don't know. So let's talk about just a few of the on mangas for the second. Not really talking about them, but talking of them.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna name a few: Undead Unluck, Guardian of the Witch, Mashle, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, A Gravity Boys. What else am I missing? There was another. So Samurai 8, Zipman we already talked about. Of those, there are only 3-4 of them to me that are gonna actually survive. I think that are like worth anything. And those, I'm just going to name them for me personally: Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Samurai 8, and Undead Unluck.
I'm actually not caught up with Samurai 8.
But just by saying my name, it's hard to include Chainsaw Man and plus Jujutsu Kaisen since they passed
but
the X
they're
mark.
newer.
Yeah,
they're
but
newer.
but Chainsaw Man already passed the 50 chapters. And plus Jujutsu Kaisen about to reach the 100 chapters.
That's still really new.
Oh no. I'm not saying you're wrong, but the chapters comparing to, for example, Zipman, Undead Unluck, Guardian of the Galaxy, Guardian of the Witch. wrong series and wrong universe and wrong type of comics.
Absolutely.
But the other one you said was Undead, Zipman, and everything. Samurai 8 for the past 38 weeks, people kept saying that it's gonna get X and it's not. It's Kishimoto back in it.
X because it was Kishimoto.
I'm like, no, Kishimoto is not gonna get the X. That's a household name. No matter how slow it is, it's a household name. If it was Kubo right now writing as well, it's not gonna get X unless it's really doing bad, really bad. Then yes.
Kubo, I'm gonna need you. Come on, let's get it going.
Ray, right? wait, one more month. We're about to get there. We're gonna cover the.
I've been listening to a lot of Bleach stuff recently. Well, everybody's about to start putting respect on Bleach name again. So
we have heard a lot of speculation, rumors, but sadly here on the Anime Lately podcast, we don't talk about rumors and speculation unless it's confirmed by a lot of people. But wait, guys, for Anime Japan, in a month, March 22nd, they will give more news about Kubo, what the hell he's doing in Bleach news.
Like,
but
yes, please, that'd be great. But yeah, so I know what you're saying, but like for me, those are like much newer manga. And what I'm saying is that when it comes to these types of stories that are newer, some of them stick, and I feel like will actually be something, and some of them don't. Even just in the beginning.
Which I really want to agree with you. One I also want to say that is interesting is Act Age. The art.
I was going to also mention that one. Was
really good. Chainsaw Man. I've been meaning to want to read it just to read the hell of it because the art catch my attention so much more.
It's one of those that once you start reading it, you'll be in it.
I feel like I would want to do it. But the most newest one of this 2020 Shonen Jump weeks of the volumes, the best one that caught my interest from the start is Undead Unluck and plus Mashle. Those are two that caught my interest from the start.
I'll agree with you on that one. I like Undead Unluck more than I thought I would. Like straight, it looked really weird from the first promos, but then I was like, I'll give it a shot, and it's got a humor that I kind of like. So.
I love the humor of that comedy, and a lot of people was kind of disgusted about the humor in the first chapter, but I'm like, that's technically dark humor. That's what is the definition of dark humor, and that's what it is, and I like it. Zipman and Gravity Boys is not surviving by the next couple weeks with its axe season. Probably by April, May we'll get axe both of them, which I feel bad.
I kind of think they'll get the year. They'll make a year. I think
depends because remember Tokyo Shinobi Striker never didn't last too long.
Yeah, that only made 27 chapters.
That's true. You're right. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I feel like they were better than that to a point. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That one was real generic. These at least have some kind of identity,
but
they don't immediately remind me of something else.
So. Right. Are you still reading Undead Unluck, or you haven't had the chance to catch?
Still reading that one. I'm not caught up, but I'm on chapter 4.
Okay, so you just chapter behind. How are you enjoying that now?
I like where they decided to take this. They kept going in the original direction where it was just going to be them like in the same place doing the same stuff. I was going to be bored with it. But since they decided to like it's a true adventure now, at least to me, I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
I am getting that No More Heroes vibe from
which is that? Very weird vibe to get.
What's No More Heroes? That
No More Heroes is it's
the video
that
game.
Is God. What's his? I should know his name. This is embarrassing, but I'm tired. It's like, but it's a video game series, and they're very weird, but they're super great.
Okay, I will look into that.
You would like these games. They're older. There's a new one coming out. Maybe this year. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think we talked about this last time.
Wait, I think we talked about this.
So Travis Touchdown is the character.
Yes.
Main character? Yeah.
I remember I liked the trailer because the guy looks like a lot like Tony Stark.
And then there was because there was like a suit and mech, but Suda. God, jeez, yeah.
Yes, Suda. I remember we spoke about this a year ago when you was reacting to your E3. I think it was E3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We got the trailer at E3, and it looks like it's gonna be a ton of fun.
Yeah. The new gaming extension. So I agree with what Sam is saying is because what this series made me like it a lot more is that it traveled to freaking Russia. That's one. And the main
crazy.
character said, "Hey, let's go to Russia and drink some freaking rum." I was like, "Yeah, that's dope." And also him like trying like most series, my hero and everything stays in Japan, except when there's One Piece and everything, or Black Clover when it's not placed in Japan. But to have a series that's actually in Japan but travels outside Japan when it's only 5 chapters in, I'm like, that's awesome. I like it. I dig it. So it's very different from its usual style of source. So I'm really digging that, and I like it a lot.
Like from what I'm getting, the reason why I say no more heroes is because Travis Touchdown needs to kill all these assassins in order for him to be the top #1 warrior in the entire world. Is what I'm technically getting a little bit from Undead Unluck. They have to hunt these high-ranking people with special abilities, just like they have, in order for them to survive and be the top ranking from there and keep their spots and not get hunted by them. Which the main character, he's an undead guy that's lived for a very long time. No matter what you do to him, he always finds some creative way where his entire body is a weapon. Like how he uses his finger as a gun bullet.
Which is nasty, but it's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. And like it's not just his fingers, it's also his legs or arms or whatever he needs to, and it's insane. And then you have a girl where she can't touch you, she can't have much contact with you, she better not like have any feelings for you or you will die. You have the unlucky version of her.
But that's pretty interesting, her powers, and I also like the dynamic as well.
It's a weird relationship,
I guess, for a guy that lived for so
200,
long,
300
who
years
wants to die.
Yeah,
and you have a girl that couldn't live because of her abilities.
But yeah, he's got like a I guess I'm gonna call it a chip in his head, so that way he can use his brain, because he's been alive for so long. His brain is full of stuff, and so he has to, when he needs to unlock some memories or some techniques, he pulls out this little chip in his forehead, and then he knows all kind of stuff.
And he's teaching the girl how to finally live her life and don't have to worry about her abilities, especially not to him.
Right.
Plus, he can't die and everything.
I want to give one props is to the art style. The art style is really amazing. It really kind of made me shocked of how well it's done. I thought it was just just very simple art, but I like how the art style for this series goes off the panel and kind of goes on top of the other panels. So I find that very unique. Something that I've seen about some of the series kind of evolve.
Yeah, I agree. The art style is actually really well done. It's like really detailed and nice shaded parts in a great way, where it looks like it's popping out more well detailed in. Like even for like the whole finger that got cut up and the whole full finger gun, everything was fully there. The comedy is definitely hitting for sure. All of it is dark comedy. If this series does get an anime adaptation, some anime studio is gonna have a wild time, because there are gonna be some parts where they can't. It's gonna be too dark, where they can't. It's not just to censor.
It's just up to them of how. It's just up to them of how they want to handle that. It just depends.
Like, of course, they're gonna have to change some of the dialogue, maybe, or like censor the dialogue as well too.
I don't know. It depends on who picks it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just depends, because as we're learning with a story we're going to talk about later, it just really depends on the content
and also
what they think is good for TV.
Some studios should learn before you adapt something. Read your source material. Read
at least 10 chapters of it before you decide
know what the hell you're adapting and what studio and what network, what cable network you're putting it on before you adapt that. But yes, we'll talk further about that in the news. But yes, this is I'm enjoying Undead Unluck. I'm continuing reading that. So I'm gonna enjoy the new series in Shonen Jump. Some are iffy, some are not, just like we have discussed in this little segment of Shonen Jump.
I kind of dropped Strike the Witch, and I'm not too sure what's even
Guardian the Witch. I like it. I'm still reading this, so if you guys want to discuss Guardian the Witch with me, I think join our Discord of Anime, or hit me up on Twitter, because I'm enjoying the series. So if you want to talk about that, I like it.
All right, let's move on to the next series, Akai, chapter 0.
Yes.
Ray, so take it away.
Akai. So I bought Akai Chapter 0. I follow Anime Bay on Twitter, and this was a really it's just an awesome story of a person who had a dream, which was to write their own mangaka, and make it happen. Like this is a thing that I'm holding in my hand that somebody who is not, writing something from Japan made, which is insane. Because for the longest time when we were younger, you just thought that manga came from Japan and nowhere else, right? And so it's like we could never have this job. It's not something that we would ever be able to do. But this person, Anime Bay, is like legitimately doing it, and I actually really like it. So I'll just read you kind of what's on the back of the book, so everybody has an idea what's happening. So, Akai is about a boy that was born on a leap year in God's garden society must embark on a supernatural journey to defeat a curse bestowed onto him. Akai is a young child with high hopes bound in a society full of undiscovered power, being raised by grandma in the Jeks. That's the place that, you grew up, kind of like, think about it, the projects. Helps him develop a strong will. He will one day begin a trial to Heaven's Gate. The journey is a troubled one. The Black Orlov chain opens unparalleled events. Will Akai reach his ultimate goal, or will Akai bend fate forever? And I kind of was like, I finished this chapter 0 because it's just it's a bunch of, it puts stuff together from different points in time and what he's already kind of thought up, just to kind of give you a taste of what's going to happen in the future. And I'm interested. I got some Naruto and Yu Yu Hakusho vibes.
Ooh,
immediately.
That's a nice mixture. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, if you were going to mix two things, Naruto and Yu Yu Hakusho is probably a good one. Like, those are good. So I'm like, yeah, I want to. But then you also get a little bit of, like, with Heaven's Gate, it's kind of like Soul Society-ish.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, a little bit of Bleach in there, too. I mean, there's probably some other stuff that I missed, but I like this. The art is awesome. The story actually has me interested. I showed y'all some pictures of it earlier, and I'm like, yo, it's good. Like, the fighting in this looks like it's gonna be nuts.
Do you? I know that the story is getting adapted as an anime as well, right?
Yes, it is.
How do you feel about that?
Actually, I feel really good about that. That's gonna be fantastic. Especially the talent that he's been tweeting about that he's got along with it. I want to see this. Like, I'm thinking it's like, so not to compare them at all, but this is like an actual anime, but like, this is what the Boondocks walk so this could fly, kind of thing.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that, because I've seen some of his pictures, some of his stories bits before throughout the months and everything, but it always caught my interest. So I never had the chance to see it, but to actually have you talk about it, it makes me want to know more about it more. So that is pretty cool.
And I want more people to look at stuff like this, because this is kind of where it's headed. Like, indie manga is a huge thing that's going to be really cool. I mean, webtoons is already a thing. So I mean, if you're not on webtoons and you want to read some cool stories that might be not might be, but that are super indie, they're absolutely good on webtoons. There's some decent stuff on there too.
Agree.
So cool. This is awesome. Akai, I recommend the first chapter should actually, like, the official first chapter is out. I don't know, it's the end of this week, but soon. I need to go look at it and pick up I need to pick it up.
And if anybody wants to find us anywhere, where can anybody find us? Walmart, Amazon, anything like that?
Amazon. I would just recommend Amazon, because that's where I got it. And I know that's where he's an official, like, seller. So, but look up Anime Bay on Twitter. He's always tweeting about it. He loves this. It's really cool to see him, like, get pumped up and excited about, where people are buying this, and it's really cool. So,
and guys, also, with the title, it's called Akai, AI, and just search it like that on Amazon, right?
Yeah, AKI. Yep. AKAI. Yep. And it should be the first thing that comes up. Is it?
I didn't search it. I was just giving them people to know if they want to search for it.
Well, since this is a live show,
I'll just make sure right now. So I'm searching right now. AKI.
So go ahead and do AKAI manga.
I was just about to say that because I searched AKI manga and that comes out as a keyboard.
AKI is also a
it's a keyboard.
Music. Music.
So guys, Ray gave a good suggestion. Search Akai with manga in the space.
Yep.
Definitely.
Space manga, because that's when it'll pull up.
And you will see that the manga is sub chapter 0. Paperback is $9, and the Kindle is right now free if you have a Kindle Unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
And also
Kindle
Kindle
Unlimited.
version is only $3. So
Mm-hmm.
hey, that's a good deal.
The official chapter 1 though is literally only $3.
So if you want to support, if you're curious about it, if you want to spend a coffee right there, it's a $3 coffee from Starbucks. Definitely less because Starbucks coffee is way more than that. But yeah,
way more expensive. But no, I like the Kai. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it if you do check it out.
So definitely, guys, if you check it out, go tweet at Rayapollo and definitely check out Anime Bay.
Yep. Anime Bay, exactly. BAE. Anime BAE on Twitter.
Cool.
All right, moving on to our personal watches and reading. Ray, you're first. Miguel, sorry.
I was gonna say because usually I go first. I'm about to say, Sam.
Let Miguel go first, Sam. Don't disrupt the balance.
Don't disrupt the balance here in the world of society. Because Ray, I have a question. Did you watch the thing that we were going to discuss and review together, or you didn't have the chance?
Wait,
The Knights of Zodiac.
No, I have not watched that yet. It's literally like it is like one of the next things that I want to watch, so we can actually talk about.
Okay, so I will save my thoughts for next week. I will save my thoughts.
Save for next week. We'll talk about.
I will say part 2 way better than part 1. Way better.
It couldn't have been worse. My God, so good.
It was way better. It's way better. Way better. I'm so happy about that. But since Ray didn't discuss, watch part 2, I would watch. With watching, I will say I watched Haiku season 3, the past 4 episodes, and I enjoy it. Freaking versing at school, and also the presence of freaking Josai High School. These people are not freaking high school students. These people are freaking adults. Like the way they made this dude power head of spiking it is like about to break your arm. Like you catching that ball, I feel like your arm will be swole. Like just there, just diving around, like it's broken. Like these kids are not freaking kids. These kids are freaking adults in their 22s. Like it's just me.
Are they like very, very buff?
No, Sam.
And their actual age are 12 years old?
No, Sam. They're not buff. These kids are like 16, 17. Some of them 14 because some of them freshmen. But these kids the thing is that their power, their strength is just insane. It's just throwing a whole spike or even a serve from way in the back, and you just can't even move. It's just insane. It's just how good it is. Yushijima is his powerhouse. The kid with the red hair, who is the fairy character of Cyphers, can't remember the name, is freaking awesome. He's an interesting character. Ray, you watch Haiku season 3, right?
Nope.
He's a great character. I would say this. If you want to watch Haiku with me, join our Discord while I'm watching it on weeknights. It's when I have the chance, when I'm not editing or just want to take a break is when I'm watching it. Highly suggested to watch Haiku if you haven't watched it. Currently, it's one of my favorite sports anime, which is technically my only sports anime I've seen other than...
But so he hasn't watched Ippo, so give him a break.
Yeah.
Please watch Megalobox, guys.
Yeah, but Haiku's way better than Megalobox.
He hasn't watched Ippo, they'll give him a break.
I guess, yes. Me and Sam continue watching JoJo, but you can watch the highlights of that, or you can watch our VOD version on Patreon. It continues to be amazing. So I'm really loving JoJo Bizarre Adventure. It's definitely freaking bizarre. Well, I would say I also been watching. What else have I been watching anime wise? Oh, me and Sam watch Bakemonogatari. It's freaking interesting. We watched the first 3 episodes. I love it. It's an anime that is the best cinematography I've ever seen in my freaking goddamn life. That's how much I'll say. I'm that much have a high praise. Bake Monogatari is freaking amazing. The animation story and stuff like that is freaking amazing. The cinematography, camera work are freaking awesome. I just cannot speak too much. I would definitely go on a whole good rant of how great the camera work is and the cinematography, the angles, the story bits. It's just so good. Sam, your thoughts on the show?
I'm interested. Like the story is not too bad. Cinematography, it's really fast paced. If you ask me, like everything, the story of it, the setting moving forward a lot is really quick right away. It looks really nice. Animation is good. It's colorful for sure.
Oh yeah.
But then, like once we watch more episodes, maybe we'll get a better story put together in a way for me. I'm not like fully hooked in yet. I'll give it a good more episodes to see of how this will continue progress and just to figure out like how does this all fit in. This because each episode is gonna be it's like you move on to different parts of the story, either way into the future or in the past, and you're just left with all these pieces until once you catch up to all the episodes, you can put the pieces together and figure things out, that sort of thing. So I'm in it to solve the puzzle of what's going on with the story and everything, basically. So,
but for me, for anime, that's about I've watched. So you guys could talk about your anime.
Ray?
So all I've watched is the Pokemon. Really, I haven't made time to watch anything else. Today I got access to Funimation. So now I can start watching that other show you got been talking about for the past like 3 weeks. Yeah, so I can start watching that now.
Wait, you can watch
it on Hulu?
No, I wasn't watching it on Hulu. But Invaded.
Oh yeah, ID Invaded and Inspector are the ones that we suggest to people the most.
So I started Inspector like a few weeks ago, but I haven't watched it recently. There's that. Oh, I watched some random episodes of One Punch Man season 2. And that was okay. That wasn't bad.
It's not the worst thing, but it could have been a lot better.
What I'm really think I'm gonna do, I'm really gonna probably get caught up in the manga for One Punch Man. I'm probably just gonna read the manga.
It's good. One Punch Man manga is still good.
Oh, I take that back. I randomly was like watching some Black Clover recently.
Anime? Okay.
I'm gonna be very honest. That animation is nowhere near what I thought it was gonna be.
Good or bad?
In a bad way.
Which episodes did you watch?
I watched some of the later fights. Well, I guess not. Well, yeah, some of the later fights with everybody, if you know what I'm saying, without trying to spoil too much. And I was like, "Yo, really?" It's just because when you see it on paper and it's done so well, and like your imagination like blows it up. You know what I'm saying? It looked really good in my head, and then I watched it and I was like, "Oh."
Because that's one thing. That's one thing that sucks, and that's one thing I stopped criticizing the animations, because when you're short staffed and when you're in a schedule where you're in a scheduling week to week basis, it's hard to criticize an anime when you have those two type of conditions.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying it's bad.
Definitely,
but it really did not.
But also it's hard.
And I'm not talking. I'm also not the person who's like, shut up, Alexa. I'm not talking to you. It's also one of those things where I'm not wanting it to be exactly like the manga. It's just 100%. It didn't meet the expectation that I initially had built for myself. So it really just was putting my expectations in check.
That's 100% I agree, because it's hard to compare when your mangaka Black Clover is really freaking great with his art style and his detail with it, and is very dark with it. So it's hard to compare with that great art style with a studio that does a week to week animation and is not consistent with every panel shots. So it's hard to be like, okay, you're great. But the thing I give props to that you can admit to this, that they know how to put a good score and music behind it to increase your emotional state with the episode. Because
you have to. If you don't have that, then it's
worse. It's like, okay, this anime is trash, but the music helps it. Like, okay, you okay. So,
but no, so I was like, but yeah, it was nice to finally see some of that stuff animated, because I just had forgotten that I didn't watch it and I had only read it. Like I had completely forgotten, and all of a sudden I was like, why is this on my TV? I don't even remember how it got on my TV, but I was like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Like, sure, why not?
Yeah, why not? Exactly. I was like, it was all in the background, and like I said, I know everything that's happening. That's cool. So that happened, but that's about it. I didn't really watch. I haven't made time to watch anything else, mostly because the One Piece slog continues, but we'll talk about that later.
Nice. Cool. All right, Sam, how about you?
Anime wise, I'm slightly behind, maybe like one episode for a little bit of everything. I'm not caught up with Invaded yet. I need to watch this new episode. I've watched the Dragon Quest movie that's on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, I want to watch that too. So I need to watch that and say on Netflix.
Wait, can we before you reviewed that, Sam? Can we review that next week? Because I want to watch that show too. I have that.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it together.
Yeah, because I want to talk about that.
There's some mixed feelings from this movie. There's mixed feelings for this movie.
All right, but save your thoughts about that because I actually want to talk about that since you have mixed feelings about that. So this is a good topic for next week.
Okay, so watch that. Me and Miguel just recently watched the Violet Evergarden movie.
I have to talk about that.
Yeah, we just watched it.
But hey, but good thing you brought it up, you see?
But yeah, me and Miguel...
Wait, wasn't that today?
Yeah, it's today.
It was today.
I forgot about the thing we did a few hours ago.
Hey, podcast. I'm trying to schedule.
We have been busy. You're right.
I'm trying to schedule. What do I have to edit tomorrow before we see the next movie tomorrow?
Oh
so I'm like,
because I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, what they was just texting me about that earlier today.
Yeah, because I have like 6 things to edit before we go watch another movie. So I'm like, yes. So let's review Violet Evergarden, the movie of the side story, Sam. So your first thoughts.
Oh my god, the animation. If you guys love the Violet Evergarden animation, the score, and the story of it all, you will not be disappointed with this movie. Even though that this is a side story, it touches you in an emotional way, like Violet Evergarden would do in the show itself. Animation, for sure. Actually, it's actually a little bit better than the series shows in itself, which is good, because this is a movie. This is going to be a whole hour and 30-minute screening. The animation needs to at least be slightly better than the TV series. Well, not TV series, but like the show series itself has to be better than that.
And guys, also this was a movie made by Kyoto Animation, the one that last year sadly that had to suffer through the fire and everything, and they still made the movie and everything through all that. And I have to give props to this movie. Like Sam just said, the animation really was slightly better, which overall is not hard to say because the animation of the season overall was beautiful. The music, the score, and everything was fantastic. And I'm correct, it won some awards during the Crunchyroll Awards of that year when it first came out. But this movie, Violet Evergarden, was so well done, was so good, really crisp. And the side story, it got me and Sam emotional. We didn't cry, we didn't tear, no tear.
It's okay to cry. You're not even a single thug tear.
No, no single thug tear because it was emotional. It was good, and I just love the way nobody not criticized. That's not the right word. Judge her from her arms being on metal. Cause you know how when you see people disabled or metal, you kind of treat them different or something like that. But
with two arms, it's metal.
But with her, nobody treated her different with her arms being metal and everything. People instead really look up to her, was more inspired by her, seeing her that she actually moves forward, continue doing what she's doing and everything. So I really found that very impactful, very beautiful. And I love also the comedy bits with, with the story characters, the new characters added in the side story, saying, master, big sister, and all those type of things was very cute, was very adorable, was really made me laugh and made me feel like it kind of made me remind me of my niece. So it really made me laugh and kind of, smile as well on my end. So that's where I say it was very emotional in that aspect for me.
Also, when it came to Violet, she's come so far than where she was before.
Oh, good.
And like,
have you seen Violet, Ray?
Evergarden, yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Not the movie, obviously.
Oh yeah,
there's gonna be a sequel movie, a real sequel movie, because this was just a side story movie, but it's still good. It's still emotional. That they still have the whole letter concept. Like, can you write me a letter that would have my emotions into this writing? Wow, like impactful. It was a short letters, but still like the message was there. It came across, and it's like
that kind of made me appreciate letters, because obviously throughout the years letters have died out, because people type now and more, phones and everything, so people do use letters. But kind of made me appreciate about the letters aspect, all the handwritten and also script. I was never good at writing script, but to actually write beautiful letters like the way they did, and actually hand write them in a script, and also to use a freaking feather and the whole keyboard back in the old days. I just appreciate that now more, a lot more even. So I find that very beautiful and very like amazing. It's just impactful just to see how technology has grown throughout the years. With now all we do is just type a whole paragraph with our 2 fingers instead of our 5 fingers now. Because I bet you some kids don't know how to type in a keyboard now with five fingers each now.
Even writing on the typewriters, guys, there's no backspace in typewriters. It's just if you mess up once, you mess up the entire papers. And back in the day, if you usually you have someone who's a professional that can typewrite like your paper and your text and everything, and have it completely clean, no backspace, no white, or have like a whiteout or something. But it's hard. It's difficult.
Yeah, my mom made me learn how to type on a typewriter before she let us use the computer.
Really?
Yep, that was a thing.
My mom tried to make me learn how to use a typewriter because my mom was a very strict parent, sadly. But then it was something where she kind of made me push it, but I never kind of forced myself to do it. I was like, nah, I'm good. I could rather use a keyboard, old fashioned, and just learn it.
I'm old enough that computers weren't like readily like available like that, but like we had one. But she was like, "Nah, you gotta learn how to do stuff on this first." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I did, and I hated it.
I've never used a typewriter before, but I've heard stories where I had an old coworker who asked her mom to typewrite her paper for her, but she had it kind of like a draft written for her, ready down so she can retype it. And the mom does it really well because she's a cop. She was a detective officer that has to write these reports, so she's kind of used to it where she doesn't make any mistakes when it comes to typing in typewriters and stuff. So you can be very well experienced where you don't need to worry about spelling errors, grammar mistakes, or check. They were already pros. That's how far we were. That's how great we were when it comes to our vocabulary and literacy. Now it's like if you messed up a word, people will still understand you. Autocorrect.
Yes.
Autocorrect is a good and a bad thing. It's where you write shit. No, sorry. It's where you meant to write shit, but it writes for you shut. Like, no.
Yeah.
I want to write shit. That's the point.
I mean, sometimes I miss life without autocorrect, but now it's like, come on, man. Like, I'm just trying to write the word talk, and it autocorrects it to y'all, and I still don't know why.
There are times where I want to write, you know what, Ray, fuck you and your dub, but it says duck you and your dub. You know, sometimes it sucks about that. It just can't. It's just autocorrect.
I mean, why? It's actually just me and your phone.
Guys, again, inside joke.
But yeah, regarding the movie, it's great. It's good.
When you guys get the chance to see it, like Sam was saying, go to Netflix when it drops. Should be probably by the end of the year, roughly. Maybe with Netflix, doing the dub. So usually it takes them 6 to 8 months. So I assume by the end of the year, in December, November, to probably get it. Right, Sam? Right, Sam? You think so?
We'll see, because they're already. I think the sequel movie is already going on the world tour in Japan first.
I hope not.
Next month, I believe, or April, and then the US won't get it until like about 5 months after Japan release.
But yeah, but overall, I'm excited. Hopefully when people get a chance to watch it, like Ray and others that watch the series itself could get a chance to watch it on Netflix or wherever else on the streaming platform.
But for sure, I kind of want to rewatch the series again because it's been a while since the original series that's on Netflix. I think Miguel said it was like 2017.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm already ready for a rewatch.
Same, actually.
I'm ready for a rewatch. Yeah. Need some like feels and need to watch some feels.
2018 actually.
Oh, but still, it's been a while. It's more than a year. I haven't watched it in over a year already, so I definitely plan to rewatch it.
It's been a minute, so yeah, let's watch that again. Sounds like a good time.
For reading, finish Crescential Quintuplets. I like the end. I liked how it ended. Can't wait for the second season that's coming out in the summer, I believe, or in the fall. being confirmed. So looking forward to that. Domestic Girlfriend I'm reading. A lot of other mangas and stuff. Sekai's genre most likely, but yeah, all for what's coming in. That's really much it. Haven't really been watching as much. I'll try to catch up before the next episode.
Yeah.
But before next episode, we'll be talking more about movies and the reviews and stuff like that. So, okay, that's been all of our personal watchings and reviews.
For me, I want to say one thing I've been reading. I want to discuss about Manhwa that I want to discuss real quick. That Sam put me on is called Household Affairs. It's pretty interesting. As much as it is that I know that Ray's gonna look at me like boy, but yes, it's pretty interesting. Household Affairs is literally about a girl being very lonely. She has a husband, but she cheats on her husband with a mail delivery dude that feeds fried chicken. So that was pretty interesting of the whole concept.
Did somebody write a manga about me? I'm upset. What? I thought you were about to say an online male entertainer, and I was about to be really upset with you. But it still worked.
I know. I do my best. So then, but her husband is a spy. He's an assassin. So yes, it gets interesting. But at the end of the day, yes, it's a manga. It's kind of ecchi, hentai-ish. But the reason I like it a lot more than of the premise is because of the house of the wife cheating on the husband when the husband is not home and was giving the love to its wife, because those things actually happen in real life where the husband always works and everything, but the wife stays at home and everything, cooking, doing stuff, but she's very lonely and the wife sometimes cheats. Those things very real world, real life and everything. So I really want to say like that's some real shit, and just to actually read that with the actual premise with non-real stuff where the husband is a international spy or type of murders or anything like that, like okay, that's pretty different. But the real type of imagination where a guy comes to a random house apartment and here to deliver fried chicken, just gets grabbing and just hey let's fuck. I'm like, okay, that's some pretty imagination shit, but it's very good comedy. I feel bad for the husband, and it's very interesting. I highly recommend it if you just want to have that type of premise idea. So I want to throw that out. Ray, any thoughts about my discussion? Nah? Okay. The last thing I want to discuss was Spy Family. Haven't talked about it in a while. Highly suggested. Spy Family overall. Yes, weird transition about household affairs between a spy family, a family with a kid and two.
I was wondering if this is where you were going to take it. I thought you made the other one up just to talk about this, but go off.
No, that one, no, both are real.
It's not made up.
It's not made up. It's actually real. Spy Family is actual. I cut up. I was 3 chapters behind. Currently, the new chapter will be coming out this coming weekend, chapter 22. Lloyd and Twilight. Lloyd and his wife. They actually continue with something of the real sauce of the story, which is actually suspenseful. It actually got me worried for the husband and the wife, and plus Anya. And Anya, you got some guts, girl. You're trying to defuse a bomb where it's like, girl, you're only like 8-10 years old, and like, come on, girl.
Her dad's a super spy. Of course she can defuse a bomb.
Well, she tries to, but she said, I can't do this because if not, I'm gonna die. I'm like, I thank you for at least acknowledging the truth. She said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave a message for the good guys. And she wrote with a tomato sauce saying beware, but wrote it all wrong. But Twilight, her father, figured like,
Kids.
We shouldn't touch this. And then he used the intelligence using a reflect mirror. It's like, oh, it's a bomb. Let's actually not, be careful with this diffuser. I like, Anya, you're such a child, but so cute and adorable. So I really love this. And the anime, I hope this series gets an anime one day, hopefully by next year. But definitely wholesomeness. Definitely suggest if you're not reading Spy Family, is on Shonen Jump. Only $3 if I'm correct a month. I forgot how much I paid for it and everything. But
I think it's
$2.
I think it's $2. $1.99 a month.
Yeah, $2 there. See, $1.99, even cheaper, less than a Starbucks coffee right there, guys. If you put those two things together, it's
just buy Shonen Jump. It's so cheap.
It's so cheap. It's literally.
Some people are like, no, buy Shonen Jump. There's so much you can read. So that way I can't hear y'all complaining about, I ain't got nothing to read, so I'll pirate it. No, just buy this. It's so cheap.
Is that or if you just want to read the ongoing series, go to Manga Plus.
Every new chapter is free. Yeah, by the way, every new chapter for the big ones is free.
It's free. So anything like that.
You're all caught up on everything else. They're all free weekly.
So highly suggest to read Splat Family. Yeah,
$3.99.
So definitely check that out, guys. That was my last two series that I want to discuss. It's two family series, one ecchi and one wholesomeness. You see, you got both of best worlds.
Okay, let's move on to our news. Castlevania is back with season 3 on March 5th. It's going to be more mystery, murder, mayhem, and vampires, of course.
I got a week to catch up.
Wait, is March 3rd?
You didn't watch season 2?
I'm not caught up on Castlevania. Nope.
Wait, hold up. It's March 3rd? I read that news all wrong.
It's March 5th. March 5th. Sorry.
Oh, wow. March
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
Nice one. But yes, Castlevania. I'm excited, guys, because if you guys haven't heard the previous podcast, me and Sam were at New York Comic Con last year, and we saw a preview of, I think, 5-10 minutes of it, right, Sam? 5-10 minutes?
Not even. Maybe like a good 2 minutes.
Yeah. Let's
very short.
Less than 5 minutes, and it was really enjoyable. I really can't wait to see it. Season 3 comes back. We will be reviewing it some way or some form in some format. But definitely, if you wanna see it, definitely be like Ray, catch up. If you're busy like Ray, somehow still catch up.
I'm gonna so I have what I have to do is I have to plan it in days. So one day I'm only watching stuff on Netflix. The next day I'm only watching stuff on VRV. The next day I'm only watching stuff on Funimation. Like, I have to do it in blocks now.
But the great thing about Castlevania
will also touch in the emotional side too.
The great thing about Castlevania is that season 1, I think, is 3 episodes, and then after that, I think season. Let's see, hold up. Season 1 is 4 episodes. Season 2 is 8 episodes. So it's not that bad. Yeah. So you have in total 12 episodes to rewatch, and that's what I'm gonna be doing to rewatch and catch up.
Oh, the first season was awesome.
Yeah,
the introduction of Dracula, his great monologues, his speeches. Technically, Akai has some good monologue speeches as well.
Akai was freaking awesome. I was about to spoil something from season 2, but I'm like, wait, nope.
Because I will reach through the screen and I will snap that man butt in two. I'll do it.
Well, technically not a man bun. Technically it's a ponytail.
I will take it, turn it into a man bun, and snap it in two.
That hurt. But yeah, I'm really excited for Castlevania. March 5th cannot come in faster. They did say it's gonna happen in the first quarter, of the year. So it makes sense that's coming in the last month of the quarter, which I am pretty excited for.
Well, hopefully, will keep us on our feet as always. Loving the animation. I forgot the name of the director that does Castlevania. Shikar?
Oh, I forgot.
Shikar?
No. I think that's the producer. The one that made it. He's not the director. No.
Okay. But yeah, for sure. Can't wait. Some great voice actors backing each characters. It's some awesome stuff.
Also, it's not on the news, but I just want to get that quick shout out there. So it comes out next month. 7th Seed Season 2 or Part 2, however they want to call it, comes out also next March 27th. So the end of next month. So people that's excited for 7th Seeds, that means I watch it first and then Sam watch a couple months after me. So that comes out March 27th, if I'm correct, or March 25th. One of those 2 days. But it does come out next month as well. So the last quarter of the month as well. So that's pretty exciting as well.
All right, guys, let's move on. So, okay, not just Funimation, but now the Japanese Tokyo MX airing and Kobe's Sun TV has canceled Interspecies Reviewers anime.
Sam, would you want to explain why me and Ray are laughing so much about this conversation?
Okay, so guys, this is what we were talking about earlier when we said, like, before you broadcast anime adaptation, read the mangas a good, not just maybe more than 10 chapters, maybe up to the amount of episodes that you're going to be producing, and realize what you're going to be producing, because this is not good. This is not safe for children. This is not safe for work.
Guys,
Either.
for example, me and Sam react to the Interspecies anime, and we know goddamn well we know it's close to hentai or borderline over the diagram of the hentai. And
It's a soft hentai.
Yes, it's soft hentai,
Yeah.
but at the same time, we still react to it. But obviously, we put the opacity, we put the episode thing, and if you want to check out the full craziness of us singing and dancing to it, check out the VOD on Patreon thing. Slight plug for that. But it's definitely something that the cable company, the people that license it, the people that pick up to animate it, you guys should have known. Why the hell you made this manga adaptation? Like, as much as that we know.
So the thing, so I kind of want to correct you, because it's like, yeah, it should absolutely have been made. It just shouldn't have been on like the regular cable networks.
Or it should have been on Hentai Haven.
Right. It should absolutely. It should have gone to an adult channel instead of like regular television.
Yes.
That's what P ends with hub.
And I mean, it is showing at late. It comes on late night in Japan. But still, they're like, kids can still get on and watch normal TV late night.
It's kind of like, for example, me, Ray, Sam, many gentlemen in the same age or older has watched Showtime, HBO, late nights when they used to show the things that we're not supposed to show, or us used to see late nights back in the day when there was no streaming service, no DVR, no recording, nothing. It was a late night where our parents would sleep, but they left the TV on, and we were like, hey, look what they're watching on Showtime at 2 a.m. and you see some big titties and ass shaking. Like, you're like, oh, so this is what these things are.
Well,
kids will find a way.
Like, it was also like those premium subscription too, where you actually have to pay like maybe about $10.
Oh, yeah, of course,
like $10 to $20 just to have 24 hours of this TV channel network.
Oh yeah,
where it's like it's over. And this is technically, from what we've heard, the regular version of the anime still continue to run over the air channels of KBS Kyoto and the satellite channel at BS11. That's Japan's radio network. That's Japan's TV network. The unedited version will continue to run on the premium subscription network at ATX. Like I've said, like premium subscription meaning
it's
if
like
you
the
want to watch the
Showtime,
uncensored
HBO,
version,
stuff like that.
Like pay up, like of course, like which there will be people who would pay money to watch these premium subscriptions of all this stuff because hey, it's their money, their freedom to do whatever, and they're just lucky enough that they have it broadcast up where there you go right ahead, watch first and foremost. Not that there's anything wrong, like I get it why each TV is eventually. I don't think all the studios is gonna shut down interspecies reviews before all the episodes gonna come out for sure. They'll probably stop it from having to what's that word called when you replay the same episode of a TV show?
Rerun.
Rerun. Thank you.
Yep.
I think they'll stop the reruns, but I don't think they'll be able to stop all 12 episodes to not be on television screens. Like, there's no way. Like, it's already too late at this point.
Who knows?
Moving on, Tower of God Manhwa gets anime adaptation, and Aniplex is one of the working on the adaptation.
I haven't been disappointed with Aniplex lately, so I'm very happy about that. Aniplex has been doing a good job, and also the Aniplex does their own dub as well. So who knows? Probably Tower of God might get dubbed in the future. So that'll be pretty cool and exciting to see. I'm very curious about that. And Tower of God is like Roger. I know. I'm very curious about this because a lot of people has recommended this to me, and like Rogers Base just posted a little thing that I sent him to put on Twitter, and I laugh at the response. How people, fans, and our beautiful communities are same time beautiful, but when there's people that have like to be trolls that like to ask, hey, can you also do this? Can you also do that? We will take our time. So I really like that Tower of God is gonna get its adaptation, and sooner or later I will get the chance to watch it with Sam or stuff like that. So I'm very excited to see down the line.
Yeah, for sure. Ray, you heard anything about Tower of God? Like, have you?
I've heard of it. It's not one that I've read, but I've absolutely heard of it.
Same.
Okay, cool. All right, let's move on. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba takes home Anime of the Year, Crunchyroll's Anime Awards.
And nobody is shocked.
Remember when everybody hates Funimation because Demon Slayer won Anime of the Decade?
And it also won the best fight scene of the fight scene and best boy Tanjiro as well.
Which, I mean, those are fair. Like, I get that. Because that Nezuko and Tanjiro versus Rui fight was nuts. I say that they really popped off with the animation in that fight. And the music was perfect. Like, it just did everything right for a fight scene.
Yeah, of course.
Like, there were some other ones that were really good. I think the only other one I had that was like runner-up was Levi versus Beast Titan. But that's only because it was so short.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying that this fight was real long, but that Demon Slayer fight was just it was
took a whole entire episode to.
It was goated. So like it deserved to win that best fight scene. I love that episode. It was also the last episode season. So
moving on to our the following awards that we are happy about. The best protagonist is Senku from Dr. Stone.
Absolutely.
I love that. I was freaking happy about that. As a person who loves that he was the protagonist, it made me happy. Like Senku Ishigami won it. I was thrilled. As a person who has a sleeve on my arm and everything, I'm happy.
It was good. Like it was worth it.
We can all hate the winner of the best antagonist because Ashkelite got snubbed.
It depends how you see it, because
it depends.
Because like some people just said that people were upset that Ashkelite didn't win, but at the same time you have to see the pros and cons about it. Isabella was also a good villain because of her smile and everything. She also. I mean,
what I was gonna say is that I feel like that was the only anime that people watched in that category that people knew about.
I was going to give that my second opinion as well, is that Amazon has its pros and cons. Has great licensing, but also cons is that people don't know about Amazon Primes. Roger Bass just found out that Amazon Prime had a anime category. He didn't know about that. That's how he was just wondering to see some movies, and then he saw Vinland Saga was there. He watched 2 episodes. It didn't catch his interest, but it's because of that he didn't know about those series that are on Amazon exclusive because of that reason. Because Amazon Prime do not promote very well with the marketing.
I mean, it's not just that. It was like because of Amazon, Babylon didn't get the promotion either. But then with Carol on Tuesday, that was up to Netflix itself, so that's its own.
Which I'm very happy for Carol on Tuesday to win best score and everything. So that's freaking awesome. One thing I'm shocked about. Sorry, excuse me. One thing I'm shocked about is that Doro won for best character design.
So look, I don't want to say that you're wrong about how Amazon doesn't really promote their anime, because I mean they don't do nearly as much as these other companies do when it comes to promoting the anime that they have.
Yeah,
but people know about them. They exist. I'm glad that people do. So I was really glad to see that Dotoro and Vinland Saga got love in these awards, because I thought they just weren't going to get mentioned like at all.
Same here.
But they did, and I'm really happy that they actually won a few awards. Like that makes me really happy. And they deserve the awards that they won. So I'll be honest with you. Yes, Askeladd, he could have won the antagonist award, but I don't think he should have. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I told you guys, I would think I was the only one on this show who y'all were all season. Y'all were like, Askeladd's the best. Askeladd's the best, and I was the only one like, Askeladd's all right. And I feel like the rest of the world agreed with me on that. Well, at least the Anime Awards did, which is fine. Like it's all good. But it definitely won best drama, which it absolutely deserved.
I'm very happy about that.
Vinland Saga winning best drama is absolutely the award that it deserved to win, because it was a fantastic drama. I really enjoyed it.
I'm very happy about Shihiro winning for best performance of the voice actor. Thank you for Billy Kametz as Nofumi. He did a great job for the dove voice. One thing I was shocked about.
Girl is Raftalia.
Yes, that's very true.
That's true. No, she deserved that.
Yeah. Yes, she did. She was the best girl.
One thing that really shocked me is that best opening sequence was won by Mob Psycho, and best animation.
Now, see, best animation, yes. Best opening,
Have
How
you
you
heard
gonna
it?
do Fire Force? How you gonna do Fire Force like
No,
that?
but have
Yes,
you
I have
heard?
heard it.
Have you
Yes, I have heard it. How you gonna do
99.9?
Fire Force like that?
But 99.9 is very good too.
I've heard it, but still, there's only one that I'm gonna keep listening to, and it's the Fire Force opening, not the Mob Psycho opening.
I've heard both. I like both, but it's just Fire Force is good. Inferno is amazing. I hear Inferno more at my job, but at home it's just that 99.9. It's just a great beat. They just kick back and just listen. It's just so chill. But which you're not wrong. Inferno should have won though.
Inferno should have won.
When it came to best couple, I think the only placement was going to be the Love is War, Kaguya and Miyuki, the best couple, even though they're not really a couple.
Right.
Like,
are you gonna
they
watch
act like couple?
Kaguya-sama because it comes back season 2, I think, in the summer or spring, and you will love the
Maybe.
ending sequence of
Maybe.
Chica. It's really good.
And it won best comedy as well.
Oh, as it should, because that was the best comedy of the whole last year.
Yeah, out of all of them, it was the best comedy.
Which most likely is gonna win again.
I wish I knew what else was like in that one. I don't remember. Was Konosuba in that one?
Yes, Konosuba.
Because Konosuba was hilarious. Oh my god.
I don't think I've seen Konosuba, so I don't think so.
Yes, I told you.
No, Konosuba wasn't in this. Isekai Quartet was in this one, not Konosuba.
Konosuba would have been perfect for that one.
Yeah, I think it won last year's best comedy.
Did it?
Most likely.
Yeah, actually, I think it did. I think you're right.
It did. And like great. Last year,
it's hilarious.
Well, 2019 didn't have a new Konosuba, just the movie that came out. But
right. Oh. Well, Konosuba. So I think Miguel, you would actually like Konosuba a lot. Like
I'm hoping they can add the best anime movie category in Crunchyroll.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
I was about to say that like we had like 6 or 7 anime movies last year. Why don't we have a anime movie like at all? There's Brawley, there's freaking your name. Not your name. There's Premiere. Like, where's the no?
Where's the award for best anime movie? Like, we should be able to vote for that. You absolutely right.
That's just weird.
There's always plenty enough movies. And then Black Fox was last year too.
Yeah, Black Fox counts.
James would have definitely voted for it.
Me and Sim still watch that.
Y'all should watch it. I like it.
If anything, we might do it on Discord and watch it together with people because we haven't had the chance to watch that.
Why not? Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, I feel like they should have added the best movie in Crunchyroll. At least an anime movie would have a better chance in winning in here. Like a fair.
I mean, yes, if it's all anime movies, an anime movie is gonna win.
It's still better selection and better categories in the Oscars. And of course, which studios wins the best industry wins the industry icon? Which studio has done a lot of work?
Well, to be honest, I did not know that existed.
Yeah, I felt like they just threw into this one.
I did not know that existed at all. I'll be honest, did not know that existed at all.
But yeah, like which studio does a lot of work anyway? Like not just with Attack on Titan. Also did Vinland Saga actually.
And they did much more. I just did not know that award existed, so it did not really care much for me. I was like, okay, you existed? Cool. I don't care.
I felt like it deserved it. They've done a lot of work. Next, if it was going to be an honorable mentions, I would have put Studio Mappa within that category as well.
Fair enough.
Agree.
I think that's all for today. That's all of our news. Ray, could you give us your plugs, please?
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, since now we're here at the end, it's me, your boy Rayapollo. I am on the Anime Lately podcast, of course, but also on the YouTube channel doing the My Hero Academia reviews. New 2 episodes coming soon, by the way, if you're listening to this week. I'm also a Twitch streamer and YouTube content creator. Video games is my thing. So just search for Rayapollo, no space, Rayapollo on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, and you'll find me still playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, having a good time. But we almost done. So, yeah. See you in the chat.
And guys, don't forget to follow me at Legendary Vash everywhere social media and @AnimeLily_ at Twitter and IG. Don't forget to follow Careful for Spoilers and James Barnes at JB Exclusive. I think I just pronounced his hashtag correctly. If not, you definitely just follow him right there in the description down below. Definitely butchered that. Love you, James, for that. And don't forget to join our Discord, Ray's Discord, Careful for Spoiler Discord, our Patreon, James' Patreon for Careful Spoiler, and everything else, where to find us and everything. It's all in the social media down below in the description. Thank you very much, guys. Sam?
Guys, you can follow me at Sam the Mega Man at IG, Twitter, and Facebook too. You can find me. We also need you guys to help rate us and review us 5 stars on the iTunes, guys. We need your help. We want to get more viewers. We got to get more downloads. We want other anime manga fans to watch or to listen or to
we
watch
will read the
episode.
good ones live on the show. So
And also,
let us know.
if you become a patron, we will shout you out as well if you're in the $10 tier or something like that. But we'll be changing our tier sometime soon. But yes, we'll shout you out on every episode if you become a producer on a tier. So definitely check out Patreon out if you want to be shout out every single week.
Yes, you guys. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you have a good day. Peace.